Man, man, we gotta stop this black on black crime, man. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. What's good? Now, this is something I had to speak on. I had to touch this right here. So, Roy Jones Jr. basically goes in on Floyd Mayweather Jr., basically saying that if he fights Manny Pacquiao right now, it won't do anything for his legacy because he should have fought him 5 years ago before he became a tainted soldier, basically, before he took, his 2 L's, getting knocked out and losing to Bradley and all that. Basically, he's saying Pacquiao has lost his luster over the years. He also goes on to say that Floyd Mayweather is very boring and that he danced around with Marcos Maidana for 24 rounds. Now, before I dig into this, I just want to say this real quick. I actually met Roy Jones Jr. He's a real cool dude. He's down to earth. He speaks his mind. You know what I'm saying? He talks a lot of shit on camera, but in person, he's a real cool cat. He's not like that at all. I met him at one of the European camps that I attended as a basketball player, and pretty much an ex-NBA player. He held the camp, and he correlated with Roy Jones Jr. to have it held in his hometown of Pensacola, Florida, and Roy Jones would be the guest star. Well, as you all know, if you don't know, you know now, Roy Jones Jr. is an avid basketball player. That's his second sport. So he has a team, goes to the camp with him, and my team is playing against his team. We beat his team, and in the process, he's guarding me out there on the court. Well, he got wind that I used to be an amateur boxer from another guy that helped correlate the camp. So he's out there talking to me about boxing while we on the court. And I'm not trying to ignore Roy, you know what I'm saying? I've been watching Roy ever since I was 13 years old. Roy Jones Jr. in my lifetime is the only guy where I was extremely giddy before a fight. Like, I'm excited before a Pacquiao fight, before a Floyd Mayweather fight, but I was giddy before a damn Roy Jones Jr. fight. But the type of person I am, I'm not gonna hop on just because you're a celebrity. That's just me, you know what I'm saying? It's just real, you know what I mean? Like, you're just another cat to me. You just a dude with more money than me, basically. That's all it is. So, I'm trying to do my thing. He's talking, and pretty much, I'm listening to him, but I'm doing my thing because I'm trying to make this European squad. So he's a real nice guy. At the end of the camp, my fiance asked to take a picture with him. I took the picture, and as I was walking away, Roy was like, "No, man, let's take a picture together." So me and him took a picture, and I have a picture that I'm gonna post it on my Twitter at a later date. But yeah, he's a real cool dude. So the fact that I know him personally, he's not gonna come out and say no shit like this just to get publicity, or this is real. He's real with this shit. And if you think about it, have you guys ever had, maybe a family member or a guy that rolls in your crew that he's there, you know what I'm saying, but you don't really like him? he's just part of the crew, or somebody at work that you got to work with. Let's say you work in an office space, you work with in a team environment. Somebody's on your team at work and you just can't stand this motherfucker, and then you have to take his bullshit, or you are taking his bullshit for the greater good for whatever reason, and then all of a sudden you just blow up, just like you can't take this shit no more, right? That's what this reminds me of, because numerous times Roy Jones has come to bat for Floyd Mayweather when people say that he's boring, when people say that he cherry picks. He's come to bat for him. Now all of a sudden he just blows up on his motherfucking ass. And I think it's just a situation where he's tired of fucking defending Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's tired of it. He's tired of his antics, and he's tired of having to go for bat for him. You know what I'm saying? And I think a little bit of it has to do with a lot of the publicity around Jesse Vargas getting ready to fight Manny Pacquiao. As you all know, if you don't know, you know now, Roy Jones is training Jesse Vargas. So he's got a guy right now that he's formulating a strategy for to beat Manny Pacquiao. And he might just be thinking like, man, in the process of doing this, he's probably like, Floyd should have fought this motherfucker a long time ago. I'm looking at ways to beat him right now. Why the fuck hasn't Floyd stepped up? Of course, this is all speculation. I could be absolutely wrong, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. In regards to what he said, I disagree with him when it comes to him saying that Floyd's style is boring. I don't find Floyd's style boring at all. Actually, I think it's a very good style and it's very entertaining. I love the chess player. I also love the slugger. You know what I'm saying? If I had to choose between the slugger and the chess player when they're getting ready to fight, I'm going to choose the chess player because he's using more of his brain and less of his brawn. So Floyd Mayweather's style, to me personally, and to all these fucking fans that are out there, evidently they don't think he's boring. He's not the highest paid athlete in the sport for nothing. Alright? So if you're a boxing enthusiast, you can enjoy and respect the things that Floyd Mayweather does in the ring as a defensive fighter and counterpuncher. You have to respect and love that if you're a boxing enthusiast. What I will agree with is what he said about the Marcos Maidana fight. The Maidana fight was the only fight in Floyd Mayweather's career, and I've watched all his fights from fight 1 to now. It's the only fight in his career where I was pissed off in. And simply because there was times in the Maidana 2 fight where Floyd could have unloaded combinations on Marcos Maidana to pretty much make the gap bigger and make himself look better in the ring. Perfect example, there's plenty of times in that fight where Floyd turns Marcos Maidana and Marcos Maidana is facing the ropes and Floyd is behind him. Marcos Maidana is fucking as slow as a goddamn turtle. He's slow as a snail. So while he's fucking turning around, he's leaving himself wide open. Floyd should have unloaded 4, 5, 6, 7 different punch combinations to this guy. But he didn't. Instead, he stepped back and let Marcos Maidana come forward to him. Now, I'm literally yelling at the TV screen when this shit has happened. Like, Floyd, what the fuck are you doing, dog? Throw some punches. He did that like 4 times in that fight. So, I agree with the whole dancing around comment. That's what it looked like to me, too. Even though I respect Floyd Mayweather 100%, I was pissed off in that second fight. The first fight, I was pissed off because he stayed in the pocket too fucking long. The second fight, I was pissed off because he didn't throw enough punches. I think Floyd is starting to cater to the fans a little bit too much, like Tim Bradley. And I'm going to do a video on what I think about Tim Bradley and why I think his career is probably coming to an end. And it has to do with the fact that he's trying to cater to the fans too much and not using his fucking brain. I think Floyd Mayweather in the last 2 fights with Maidana, that he did this. Granted, his boxing game is using his brain, so I'm not saying that he 100% defected on using his brain. But what I do believe is he let a little bit of the fans saying that he's boring, affect his game plan. Thus, why he was in the pocket for so fucking long against Marcos Maidana in the first fight. Basically showing that he has a chin. But we already know you got a chin. We already know you can take them shots. You took a big motherfucking flush hook from Shane Mosley himself. It only buckled you, and then you went on to dominate the next 10 rounds, bro. We already know you can take a punch. You don't have to do that shit. So, I do agree with Roy on that aspect. And then the last comment about him fighting Pacquiao right now won't do anything for his legacy. I disagree with that too. And the reason being is it's one simple reason. The fans. It don't matter if Manny Pacquiao gets knocked out 16 fucking times. Okay? The diehard Pacquiao fans are still gonna say that he can beat Floyd Mayweather. Granted, the dude that Manny Pacquiao struggled with in recent fights, Juan Manuel Marquez, he has the same style structure as Floyd Mayweather Jr. Meaning his base style, the counterpuncher, is the same as Floyd Mayweather's. Okay? And Manny Pacquiao struggled with this guy. Floyd Mayweather already beat Juan Manuel Marquez with ease. Beat him at his own style. And he employs like 4 times better defense than Juan Manuel Marquez. So he has Marquez's style, but he's like 20 times better at it. Now, of course, you want to, styles make fights, and this is what I'm getting to. And also, there's a lot of anomalies that can happen between, before two fighters get in the ring. So as far as styles make fights, if you're looking at how he struggled against Juan Marquez, and given that it's the same style structure as Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather's like 20 times better at it, then he's only gonna fucking struggle against Floyd Mayweather. It's the associative property there for all you math majors. It's the associative property. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the fans, like I said, the fans are still gonna think Manny Pacquiao can beat Floyd Mayweather no matter how many L's he takes, right? Then you got the fan base that hate Floyd Mayweather, and they're all gonna say, oh, he would have got his ass kicked by Manny Pacquiao regardless. So the fans are still making Pacquiao relevant regardless of what happens. So as long as the fans make Pacquiao relevant, it's still gonna matter on Floyd Mayweather's legacy. It's still gonna matter. He could fight this motherfucker in 2077. It's still gonna matter. What that movie with Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro, you know what I'm saying? When they're fucking 90 years old fighting each other, these two motherfuckers can do that. It will still matter. Okay? It will still matter. So I'm not shitting on Roy, but you guys got to remember, this dude was the middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, heavyweight champion, and he did all of those. He got all those belts with pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? He went in there, beat his opponent up, danced around, stuck his tongue out at him, talked to the commentators and shit. After the fight, motherfucker would talk like 1,000 miles per hour, and then at the end, piss in the highs. You know what I'm saying? That's Roy Jones, man, Mr. Pizzazz. So it's coming from a guy that's done a lot, that's pretty much fought all comers to get to the prestige that he was at. So he's looking at Floyd and he's like, basically like, oh man, he's not doing the shit that I had to do to get to where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, the dude is, you can basically say Roy thinks Floyd is whack. I mean, based on his comments, you can think that. And it's just as simple as somebody who's I don't know, you can compare any other sport, like basketball, for example. Somebody who plays a lot of basketball, watches guys in the NBA that aren't that good. We all know there's guys in the NBA that shouldn't fucking be there, and a guy's an avid basketball player and he's watching it. He's like, man, this dude is whack. He can't even do the same type of shit that I do, and we play the same position. You know what I'm saying? Same thing here. Roy's legacy has already been cemented. He's fucking it up more and more as he fights, but it's there. People are still gonna remember who he was, right? Compare the Roy that was to the Floyd now. It's like, I see why he's saying this shit. If you ask Roy if he should fight GGG, I think he would say yes, because it basically would give him the opportunity to move up in weight and get another belt. I think he would agree with that 100%, because that's the same thing that he did. So, what do you guys think? I'm not 100% shitting on Roy. I kind of agree with what he was saying. Just some things I don't. Do y'all think Roy was on point here? Do you think he was a little over the top? Let me know what y'all think. Do what you do in the comment section, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.